Join me today while I make plantain crepes, or you can call them pancakes as well. Today I'm going to be making plantain crepes. They're also the consistency of pancakes. This is a recipe that I've been kind of working with or inventing over the past couple of months. So there's a little bit of wiggle room with the ingredients that we're using. So I'll go over the ingredients list. You'll need to be using plantains. Usually they come most of the time as green, but if you let them sit long enough, they will turn a yellow color. These are kind of turning yellow. You could even use them even when they get to be a little bit black or darker. They're a little bit softer, but you have to watch. Sometimes they'll harden up a little bit. You just want them to be, like I said, more yellow than green, so they'll be less starchy and a little more sweet. Next, you'll be needing cassava flour. You could probably use any type of flour. I just want to make this gluten-free, so I do use cassava. Next, you'll need baking soda, apple cider vinegar, a really good coconut milk. You can use coconut water as well, but coconut milk is a little bit thicker and a little better. It's going to give it a little more sweetness. Just make sure that you're looking for a coconut milk that does not have any additives. You can use ones with additives, but it definitely is a lot healthier if you don't have the gums and additives to it. Usually you can get a really good coconut milk at your local Asian market. Next, you'll need coconut oil. I like to use unrefined, that way it's not processed as much, but it will be a little more solid. I use this both a little bit of it melted, added into the batter, as well as using it to coat the pan when you're cooking the actual crepes or pancakes. You will also need either water or coconut water just to thin the batter. Once you get it mixed up, you're going to need to thin it down to the correct consistency. You will also need maple syrup to add some sweetness to the batter. As far as equipment, I like to use my Vitamix. You could also use a food processor, and then also you're going to want some sort of pan. I purchased this one. It's actually a copper plant pan. It doesn't have all of the non-stick coating on it, so it doesn't have all of the chemicals that can possibly leach into your food. You could also try to use a cast iron pan or even stainless steel. I've just had issues with sticking, so I like to use this copper pan as a good option. So you will peel and slice the plantain, add the everything else, cassava flour, baking soda, vinegar, maple syrup, and the coconut milk, and then you will process it. Once you've processed those ingredients, you'll want to alternate between coconut oil, melted coconut oil, and water or coconut water until you get the consistency that is runny enough that you can pour it into a pan. So you will want to go ahead and make sure you run it on high for a little bit so it gets all of the lumps out of it. I put about 1 tablespoon of melted coconut oil, as well as about half a cup of water. And this is the consistency. You'll want to watch. Sometimes it will thicken up as you're doing each pancake. The batter that's sitting there will thicken up, and you might need to add a little more liquid to it. You want to go ahead and preheat your pan, just warming it up a bit, and then lightly coating it with the coconut oil. the batter into the pan, and sometimes you can rotate the pan to get it to spread out, or I just like to use the back of a spatula, press it out into the shape or size that you're wanting. And it usually takes about, I don't know, it depends on how thick you're making the pancakes, but at least 3 to 4 minutes on each side, possibly even a little longer than that. You want to cook it over approximately medium-low heat, and there is a little issue sometimes flipping the first one or two, but they taste just the same even with a little bit of a hole or tear in them. You're going to want to get that nice brown coloring on it and then flip it. Do the same on the other side. Once you've got your pancakes or crepes, you can fill it. You can either stack them up and just eat them like that, or you can fill them with different fillings. I have some homemade, these are foraged black raspberries that I made basically a jam out of. And then I also have homemade coconut yogurt, coconut milk yogurt that I made in the dehydrator. You can put that on. Just can wrap them up. Also can do the coconut yogurt, and I do bananas, some sliced bananas. Add your favorite fillings and toppings and enjoy.